Welcome back, my dear executive managers, to yet another Incursio the Gamer Dungeons & Dragons boss build video. Today we have with us the long-awaited, the one, the only, Lei Heng, Capo IV of the Thumb. Now, of course, before we get into today's video, I'm so sorry I couldn't get him to you guys sooner, as well as Jiachu. But now that Lei Heng is out, Jiachu will come soon. I do remember I put a poll out for who you guys wanted to see, and Barry the Knight of the White Moon kinda, won with a landslide. I think it was like 60, 20, 15, and then 5 for Sync Sinclair. But I still made him because he was easy to make. In addition to that, you guys might be wondering, who is Lei Heng? What is the Thumb? Well, do not fret, here I am. So, Lei Heng, of course, is the Capo IV of the Thumb, ranked directly beneath the Soto Capo, who also knew Ryoshu back in the day. He does appear in Canto 8, The Surrendering Witnessing, so spoilers ahead, and attended the Family Hierarch evaluation in Hongyuan. So he kind of just killed a lot of people, right? He kind of beat Wei's ass up. He kind of beat everyone's ass up, including the sinners. Now, of course, he's very strong, and being part of the Thumb, which is one of the 5 fingers, which is also kind of powerful enough to rival the Wings in influence, he's not anything to laugh at. Now, don't get me wrong, Kali the Red Mist, the legendary fixer, would absolutely kill this guy. For fun. Don Quixote Sr. would eat this guy for brunch, not even breakfast, because that is the most important meal of the day. That is when he has his Hema bar. Anyways, let's get straight into today's boss build video. There's a lot to cover. So, Lei Heng, Capo IV of the Thumb. Medium humanoid, chaotic evil. I love this guy's chaos. Armor class 20, you'll see what happens later on. Hit points 739, walking speed 50 feet. For your stats, if you're going based off of a budget, strength, dex, con, wisdom are your priority stats, with an emphasis in strength and con. He is very strong after all, and int and charisma are dump stats. However, if you're not going based off of a budget, these are some pretty good boundaries, some pretty good baselines. Now, before we continue, let's talk about challenge rating. Like I said before, it's absolute bullshit. I hate challenge ratings, really, I do. But it adds nice stuff to the proficiency bonus, which I did take into consideration for this build. So let's move on. Saving throws, strength, dex, con, of course. Skills, acrobatics, insight, intimidation, perception, performance, religion, sleight of hand, and athletics, where all of them are proficiencies, and athletics, intimidation are expertise. Because why not? Damage resistance to cold, fire, thunder, and bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks. Immune to charmed and frightened. Senses, dark vision 120 feet, passive perception 22, and languages. Common, of course, thieves' cant, which I consider thumb code, and undercommon, which is pinky code. There's not much else there. So let's get straight into our traits. Overwhelming strength. So during the first turn of combat, Lei Heng is not suppressed by Durante Morosidatus. Durante Morosidatus, I got it now, which means the following effects are applied. His base AC is 24, his attacks deal an additional plus 10 average damage, and he has an additional plus 5 to all his weapon attacks. Additionally, however, more of a limiter, he cannot use Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades or Tangle Cleaver during his first turn, meaning no insta-kill for him, meaning, I'm hoping it is, your 5 level 17 players don't instantly die. So that's kinda nice. Moving on, the Thumb's officer Capo IV. He has secured himself a very powerful position within the powerful syndicate, meaning his strength is unparalleled. He has advantage on all attacks until he reaches 50% HP for the first time, after which he gains access to his legendary actions, meaning start of combat, no legendary actions, but advantage on everything. And then, after hitting, pretty much 50% HP, he loses that advantage, but gains legendary actions. He starts rolling straight. So, that's very nice. 10 Blades of the East. Through rigorous training, he has a near indestructible body, and, of course, with that, here are his resistances, and here are his condition immunities. Chosen Prey is kinda fun, though. So, the first attack that Lei Heng makes against a creature during the start of his turn, they must make a Wisdom saving throw DC 18 or suffer disadvantage with all melee attacks against him until the beginning of their next turn. On a successful save, or if Lei Heng used Overheat, Reloading, or Reloading, pretty much if he reloads that turn, then this trait does not take effect or is deactivated for the turn. Now, of course, the legendary action Tiger Mark Round Reload cannot be used after the affected creature takes their turn until the beginning of Lei Heng's next turn. Essentially what this is saying, if the creature that failed the saving throw kind of suffers disadvantage, he cannot reload until the start of his next turn. However, if that creature has not gone, has not made an attack against Lei Heng yet, if their turn has not passed, he can still reload and then Chosen Prey will drop. So a little bit of a debuff to the players. Tian-Tu's Star Blade. Now, Lei Heng begins the combat with 8 Tiger Mark rounds and spends these to attack his opponents. When Lei Heng is out of ammunition, he may choose to either reload 8 Tiger Mark rounds or 6 Savage Tiger Mark rounds by expending his bonus action, reaction, or legendary action later on with their own respective effects. Tiger Mark rounds are the standard ammunition, dealing base attack damage. Savage Tiger Mark rounds are special ammunition. For each round used during an attack, he deals an additional damage dice. So say it's 6d10, now if you use 2 Savage Tiger Mark rounds, that goes from 6d10 to 8d10, because you're using 2. You guys get the gist of it. And when reloading ammunition, Lei Heng cannot reload the same type of ammunition twice in a row, unless reloading with the legendary action Tiger Mark round reload, in which he may reload the same type twice, up to twice in a row. Meaning, he kind of has to cycle between Tiger Mark rounds and Savage Tiger Mark rounds. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's kind of a neat little thing, so he can't just, 6 Savage Tiger Mark rounds, kill you, do 6 Savage Tiger Mark rounds, again, kill you, and then the cycle repeats, right? So, now, Lei Heng, the Pinky's Tian-Tu Star. When he is reduced to 0 HP, he regains 1, becoming staggered instead, and the combat ends, following which the effects of Durante Morosidatis drop. In addition to that, Jiachu hopefully appears and just kills this guy, but if not, this entire trait is to advance the narrative. It is completely up to you, the DM, if you want this to, be an actual trait. Look at the story. This guy was just there to, progress the narrative of Limbus Company. He was just there so that way Jiachu could aura farm and show off his, 4, 5, 6, 7 rings of Mang. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Durante, Morosidatis. After the first turn of combat, a soft blue energy field is imposed upon Lei Heng and the players, physically limiting his abilities and buffing yours. Until the end of combat, he has the following effects applied, which are also what pretty much is the character sheet. His AC cannot exceed 22, therefore his base AC is lowered from 24 to 20. Already pre-calculated, as you guys saw up there earlier. His to hit modifier has a -5 penalty, already calculated. All his damage has a -10 modifier, where some of them have a -20 to it, already calculated in. All creatures gain an additional +2 attack rolls against him, which is real nice. Tangle Cleaver applies a state of overheating to his Padao, meaning if you guys want to do, like 6 level 20 players, then Morosidatis won't take effect, meaning Tangle Cleaver doesn't have overheating on it. He can use it every single turn. And Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades has an overheating duration increased from 1 turn to 2 turns. You guys get the point. And spells cast 5th level or lower require Lei Heng make their saving throws at disadvantage. Now, of course, you can make this 6th level if you want. I just really like 5th level because it's a nice, middle ground pretty much. But that's all the traits. Let's get into our actions now, right? So, Unrelenting Spirit. He first makes a double slash and then a triple slash attack, then 2 additional weapon attacks from the given choices below. So that's double slash, triple slash, double slash, blast, and blast shattering slash. Pretty good stuff. So double slash, +11 to hit, otherwise +16 without Morosidatis. And it's 12 slashing damage. 4d10 -10 is kind of a big, nerf to the attack. Moving on. Triple slash +13 to hit. It is 18 slashing damage. But none of these use ammo. Let's talk about double slash blast now. +13 to hit, and 18 damage, slashing, and 7 force damage. He may move up to 10 feet traveling to his target without provoking an opportunity attack, and this expends 2 Tiger Mark rounds. Remember, Savage Tiger Mark rounds increase the amount of dice, so if you use Savage Tiger Mark rounds, this goes from 5d10 to 7d10. Kinda good stuff. Blasting Shatter Slash. Melee weapon attack +13 to hit. However, it does 29 slashing damage and 11 force damage. If the attack chosen has, the Chosen Prey trait applied to them, he deals an additional 2d12 slashing damage, which is really nice. And the attack expends 3 Tiger Mark rounds. So 6d12, and then plus an additional 2d12, so that's 8d12. And if you use Savage Tiger Mark rounds, that's 11d12. You pretty much just kill the guy. Because at that point, what's the entire point of living left? Lastly, Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades. This is an individual action that is not an attack action. He consumes all currently held ammo and makes the amount of individual attacks equal to the amount of ammunition consumed. Apologies. Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades. Now, of course, this is an individual action, not an attack action. This takes his entire turn, pretty much. He consumes all currently held ammo and makes an individual attacks equal to the amount of ammunition consumed. He may travel up to a distance of 15 feet between each creature without provoking opportunity attacks, if he wishes to spread out his attacks between different creatures. Each individual attack has the same stats as a double slash blast, unless the ammunition was, Savage Tiger Mark rounds, in which case everything has the same stats as a triple slash blast. So, just kill yourself at that point. And I'll talk a little more about this. So after performing this action, Lei Heng's Padao goes into a state of overheating and cannot perform actions that consume or reload ammunition until the start of his next turn after his next turn. So 2 turns without anything ammo related. And this action cannot be made the same turn as Tangle Cleaver. So basically what this is, for 2 turns after making this, in which, for example, he consumes 8 ammo. Yeah, let's just say he consumes 6 ammo. He makes 6 double slash blast attacks. Afterwards, he must only make double slash and triple slash attacks, or anything that doesn't take ammo, Tiger Mark rounds, right? Significantly weakening him, but, he just kind of launched 6 attacks all at once. So, that's kind of crazy. In addition to that, bonus action, Tangle Cleaver. Lei Heng consumes all remaining ammunition, extending his Padao and performing a flurry of slashes within a 20-foot radius. Blade auras destroying everything around him. All creatures within this 20-foot radius must make a Dex saving throw DC 20, suffering a certain amount, 2x d10 minus 20 slashing damage on a failure. Additionally, creatures within a 5-foot radius of Lei Heng must make an additional con saving throw DC 20 or suffer x d6 force damage from the overwhelming might of explosions and gunpowder. Now, x does equal the amount of Tiger Mark rounds remaining, and if Tiger Mark rounds were Savage Tiger Mark rounds, then change d10 to d12 and d6 to d8. This attack can only be made at 6 Tiger Mark rounds or fewer, or Savage Tiger Mark rounds, and cannot be made the same turn as Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades. However, after performing this bonus action, Lei Heng's Padao goes into a state of overheat and cannot perform actions or anything pretty much that consumes or reloads ammunition until the start of his next turn. Basically, this bonus action is the only thing he's going to get out of him. Real good stuff. So between these two, of course, Tangle Cleaver is a little more powerful. However, Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades allows for you to hit natural 20s more often, which is kind of nice considering, you can roll with advantage until, I believe, you reach 50% HP. So kind of really good. Moving on, however, we must continue. Triple slash blast is different from double slash blast because, well, look at it. Plus 14 to hit, a little bit higher. You deal 23 slashing, 11 force damage. Lei Heng may move up to 10 feet, traveling without provoking opportunity attack. Expends 3 Tiger Mark rounds. Now, of course, this is a triple slash blast, but while it does consume 3 Tiger Mark rounds, and Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades consumes everything, and then for each ammunition you do a triple slash, it's basically trying to say that, if you're expending like 2 Savage Tiger Mark rounds at the very end, you can do 2 triple blasts. It's totally allowed. This boss was built in mind to not immediately reload, then use Tangle Cleaver or Savage Tiger Slayer's Perfected Flurry of Blades. You are meant to use the other attacks. You are meant to use double slash blast, blasting shadow slash, and triple slash blast. Holy shit, this is a mouthful. Anyways, overheat. If Lei Heng has at least 2 ammo left, he makes a double slash blast attack, then ejects all currently held ammo, regardless of type, and reloads 8 Tiger Mark rounds. This is one of the reloading mechanics. The other ones, in reactions, are reloading 10-2 Star Blade. He may use a reaction as he would a bonus action, this one specifically. Bracing and preparing himself, ejecting all currently held ammo, regardless of type, and reloading 6 Savage Tiger Mark rounds. Until the beginning of his next turn, his AC is increased by +2. So this is pretty much the shield spell, kind of tagged along with the reloading mechanic. It's a very powerful reaction, however, his other reaction is Beastly Instinct. When targeted by an attack, regardless if it hits or not, he may choose to make either a double slash or double slash blast attack against the attacker. Very, very simple, very straightforward, just kill the opponent as they're trying to kill you. Of course, you make this attack after you get hit. legendary actions. Let's get into this. We're almost done with it. My mouth is dry. So, he may take a total of 3 legendary actions, choosing from the points below. Tian 2 star, he makes either a double slash or double slash blast attack. Pretty straightforward. Unrelenting Spirit, Shin, costs all 3 actions. He fires up his spirit, and during his next action, he makes 2 double slash, 2 triple slash, and then 2 additional weapon attacks instead of the 1-1-2. So basically, he is allowing himself to make 6 attacks during the start of his next turn. Maybe he has a buff, maybe he has advantage. That just kind of stacks on top of one another. It's really good stuff. Cha-chi-hu. Lei Heng ejects all currently held ammo regardless of what type, and reloads 3 Tiger Mark rounds, performing a Savage Tiger Slayer's perfected Flurry of Blades, going into an overheat state of 1 round instead of 2. Additionally, the ammunition reloaded must be Tiger Mark rounds and not Savage Tiger Mark rounds. Now, this means for the cost of 3 legendary points, you make 3 double slash blast attacks all at once. I feel like it's a pretty even trade-off. It's also a legendary action, costing all of them. And lastly, Tiger Mark round reload, costing 3 actions. Lei Heng ejects all currently held ammo regardless of type, and reloads his choice of 8 Tiger Mark rounds or 6 Savage Tiger Mark rounds. This is his only bypass to the earlier stated Tian 2 star blade. When reloading ammunition, he cannot reload the same type of ammo twice in a row, unless it's Tiger Mark round reload legendary action, in which he can reload the same type up to twice in a row. This is his only bypass. And of course, here's your description. Imposing man of strong build, tall stature, and taller than 2 meters. So this guy's a unit. 10 complexion, some stubble, smoking a cigar. Outfit of the thumb. I really like the outfit of the thumb, not gonna lie. I mean, just take a look at this. And his padaw's really cool too. Fully modified to encompass ammunition into his slashes, to increase his initial acceleration, and just cleave through you as if you were nothing, as if you were tofu even. But ladies and gentlemen, that is today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's just do a quick overview. Really strong melee fighter. He has a lot of resistances and a lot of strength. However, Durante Morosidadis will debuff him. The first turn, he will kill you. The second turn onward, you are able to survive. Not even win, survive. He's very strong, has advantage on all attacks until 50% hit points. Then he gets access to legendary actions. He can debuff you, buff himself with different kinds of ammunition, and in addition to that, he gets debuffed because of Durante Morosidadis. Now, it's real nice. Great stuff, but, that's pretty much it there. Let's talk actions. His actions either expend or don't expend Tiger Mark rounds, which are the limiting ammunition factor. Bonus actions can either be used to attack or reload. Reactions can either be used to attack or reload. Legendary actions can, you guessed it, either be used to attack or reload. Essentially, he's going to be doing 100+ damage per round, unless, you can stop him, you can restrain him, unless you can, maybe bypass a couple of weaknesses that he has. Keep this in mind, he is weak to enemies far away from him. He must be within 10 feet to 20 feet of you to start slashing away. So, yeah, start bringing a couple mages and a couple of really strong healers to the fight, then you'll win against this guy. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. Lei Heng was an absolute joy to make, and looking at my recording time, because I made a lot of mistakes during this recording, I'm at 40 minutes. So if this video is, less than 20 minutes long, I'd be really happy. If this video is 12 minutes long, I'd be super happy. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you all in the next one with Jeong Ishmael tomorrow. Goodbye, and good night.